You know, that Rogue feels good. The fact that they're sitting dead center here in that circle. Wacko needs to be able to deal here with NRG
that they find. Now Ace has to disengage. Dizzy also down.
That's a very early iframe.
Gonna queue maybe. Let's see exactly where this portal will take them. Over here, all the way up top, presumably where NRG was hiding. Now back on board with CLG. They have made
1 minute.
a move here across, and they actually occupy space only because Penta left.
Yeah, they essentially were given enough breathing room, and now they're trying to get to that zip without actually having to burn anything, so no Cocoa Buffs can make his way up. He burns his own. They're not going to waste any time, but they're going to run into Rogue there on that high ground. Na'Vi still with the low ground, still sitting in the middle of Crossroads.
Na'Vi's the only one of this group that has really stayed there. We still see also Rogue still up top, so they might get involved once again. Penta choosing to go for these interior battles, and grenades coming in. They're going to have to be careful here. They know that Rogue could still be up top. Bones.
Wyvern also actually making it over from the caves. We saw them a long time ago trying to deal with a skirmish, and they ended up holding their own. Parka needs to be able to shield up, but it looks like he will be given that opportunity here for now. Only 19, or excuse me, all 19 minus one team here still remaining. In round number 4 is we're going to be closing in very, very quickly here. 9 seconds out. G2, the team low on armor, but still met the win condition, trying to skirt their way into the rest of the circle, but down on the resources. I don't know if it's going to pay off as Penta getting pressure.
Look at Nesh here. So weak, has to pop Med. No, he will go down. Nesh just get the knock. That's Sanya from 789 who gets that. Wacko and Orax needing to work together here. Look at Wacko getting absolutely melted. He has to queue out and tries to stay alive here in the building. Tries to pop a bat. We'll see. He's going to need Wacko to keep him alive. Excuse me, Orax to keep him alive.
Tries to get pressure on a different angle. And look at Wacko actually was able to heal up. Orax is suffering with shots from the side. Wacko takes one more glance. 4 Peacekeeper available. No way he's going to be able to shield up. What?
More cells being popped. Right away finds a Wraith with some good shots. Orax might go ahead and continue to re-engage. He does have help once again from Wacko. He's going to sell up. Wacko did able to pop that bat, so now going to try to fly in, and now getting pinched again is Wyvern.
Yeah, it looks like they found G2 actually.
G2's
Wyvern
out.
with a double
G2's
knock.
out.
G2 is going to be out of here, so we only have ourselves Na'Vi and Penta still available for this win condition, but Penta not sitting with a full roster, and I don't think that's the case when we look here back at Na'Vi.
By the way, Wyvern was in 6th place. Once again, 9 points away, only at 41 from the threshold. You have to wonder if they prioritize that kill. Likely the case. G2 is out, and Na'Vi and Penta are our only 2 teams left on match point. Look at that. Great 99 work from Impulse. Also, PKMK going to push in as well, while Impulse pops that bat.
But notice how the zipline was just used. The zip will not be available before the next circle actually comes into play. So it's important to note that they cannot rely on the high ground advantage there from that Pathfinder for that team. Penta, though, struggling quite a bit. Orax, the only one left alive.
Lots of action here in this part of Skull. And this is tricky days. We now have Orax, the only player alive for his team on match point. It would require a minor miracle for him to win this game. And look at this. Now half health. He's getting melted. Also, Penta is eliminated. That leaves only Na'Vi, as they will also get the wipe on Rogue. But they take the lead in kills, and now the only team left on match point.
But it comes at the cost of PKMK. It is not free here for them whatsoever. So they need to find a way to be able to maintain the high ground. And I feel like played a little bit slower here. The portal's going to come out from Impulse saying, Dread, what are you talking about? Slow is not the way we're going to make this happen here. Transfer over to the side of Skulltown, maybe on the outskirts there where we saw Penta before, but Virtus Pro now with the high ground, wailing away at the victims within Skulltown, finding one on the outskirts, but they have grand positioning here as we see 20 seconds out from the finishing of the closing of this circle.
Virtus Pro is great G7 stops there. You take a look back to PJ. Trying to make some shots down connect here, and things are broken shields for them. Let's see if VP can pick up. Yes, indeed. That goes a knock, and right away they fly right in. They waste no time here as they head into the Skulltown pit right around the respawn beacon. PJ pushing in. Great shots with the wingman, but does he have enough help? Peacekeeper is out trying to turn the corner. He will go down now back over to Impulse and Claws.
Oh, look at this. They actually have a flank on the backside of somebody here. Impulse looking good when it comes to the HP. Claws not going to join him in that push. Nice 74 into a blue armor, one away from cracking.
5 squads left. Na'Vi, one of them, with a potential to win the tournament here with only 2 players.
The only team available in this game with an opportunity to win and become the champion, but they have to get first place. 4 squads remain. 2 members of Na'Vi still here. Can they do it?
Now 4 squads left as we do see Virtus Pro fall. You have to wonder how TSM is going to play this, because they cannot allow Na'Vi to take the win. You have to imagine that as soon as they find Na'Vi, they will be wondering. 789 as well. Every team that remains knows they cannot let Na'Vi win this game. Both a gold shield and a purple shield here. Peacekeeper Devotion in the hands of Claus.
And both taking a pretty poor trade. They're already losing a couple of shields, but it's just important to note that none of these teams know which one of these are Na'Vi. They have no information to discover which one is the one they need to focus. So if Na'Vi can distract, just buy a little bit of time, get each other to look at each other, they're going to be okay here. TSM still with the low ground as we do see Na'Vi struggling with the fight up above, but TSM now counter-fighting and helping out here. Na'Vi, again, they don't know if they're helping or hurting in most situations, but that Arc Star's going to hurt.
Claus now has to pop that bat just in time. Impulse also shielding up. Impulse is getting melted up top, trying to help. Let's see if Claus can work together. He jumps up. Oh my God, gets the knock. Now Impulse goes down. Na'Vi is out.
So here we go. TSM having the opportunity here to walk away with 3 squads remaining. Only Imperial Hal and Albra Laley seem to be alive. Excuse me, just the UI covering up that. Reps is still here. It's going to be the 3 versus 3. We find ourselves Gambit with the high ground.
Take a look at this now. Everything converging on the rooftop shots here. Gamers Origin is down. Take a look at this. Na'Vi now one of the only squads left here. TSM versus, now Na'Vi.
789. It's the only one here. 2 squads left. TSM versus 789. 2 members. Estetsu with a bad trade there. It's going to really set them back. Kasanya trying to do their best. But look at that. Seems like it's Hal. 3 versus 2. They push out from above. I don't think they have what it takes here,
I don't think so. Take a look at TSM just flying right in. Taking a look at exactly where this might pop out. Yes, indeed, find it. And yes, indeed, TSM wins the game.
And more importantly, TSM likely find themselves now amongst those in the 50-point threshold. Because you know that they were so concerned. Is this that opportunity? They want this tournament. They feel maybe even as if they deserve it with how much success they have had here lately, but they had to get to that point first without allowing Penta, G2, and Na'Vi. Very well done here for them, but only their first victory here in our finals.
And it was a match that came down to the wire. Up until the final moments, we had all 3 teams on match point still in that game. G2 was the first to drop, not terribly surprising, giving the hand that they were dealt. But ultimately, it's TSM that adds a win in the finals. And that trophy will sit center stage for, at the very least, one more game. To break that one down, let's head over to the analysis desk.
That 1,000 HP, so valuable in those final circles.
Give me your Things coming in there right away.
Give me your purple.
Listening in now on the TSM side for just a moment, some armor swaps.
But look at that. How willing to call out for the purple armor, wanting it there from Reps. Reps comfortably giving it over. We'll see if Imperial Hal can utilize that extra HP to be very beneficial as he uses this Wraith portal. You maybe see why he felt like he needed that HP. There comes the Into the Rift. Where does this portal end and where does TSM go?
And he right now might have to disengage. S&D does come back and likely not going to suggest taking that just because it looked like a little bit of uncertain circumstances in the room just below Watchtower roof.
TSM and Na'Vi, 2 of our teams at match point, looking like they're doing pretty well, but I believe in the kill feed, I just saw some struggle coming out from 789, so something we'll keep our eyes on as this goes through.
And he's going to fly in as well. TSM, though, does get that elimination on dropped.
TSM sitting on the high ground and still within the circle right now. Debatably our best positioning for any team when looking at the match point squads. Na'Vi dishing the damage back though. If they can find a knock, maybe going to be able to turn the tables.
Na'Vi out, now back on board here with Reps as a knock on help. And TSM, like we said, going to hold down this not quite top level of Watchtower. Back on board with the Gamers Origin. They'll get a knock on Forsaken. Essentially gone right to them, and yeah, both teams unsurprisingly not wanting to engage. They were a lot more willing to engage when they were at a distance, but now that they're this close, maybe not the best idea. Not worth it once again for either side for different reasons.
Yeah, and Albra Laley questioning maybe we should test the waters here a little bit, quickly losing himself the entirety of the shields in a battery. But now we got ourselves a new contender here. Games Origin says, what's up, guys? Double grenade already going to just be thrown up here. Let's see if they get a full push. Thermite as well. Everything getting thrown out, and Penta with a wide macro rotation. Look at all the zip lines trying to hunt them down there. This is absolutely ludicrous here, Bravo.
Now remember, Penta does not need to prioritize these kills. They need to prioritize staying alive and getting to the end game. It's a very different approach. That's nice knock there on Retzi from Wacko. Can he get it on the path as well? Gets help for it and has to queue out.
Penta need to be able to keep alive, but they do end up losing Orax. Only 1 is left alive. 789 ends up going down. So does Penta here. TSM and Wyvern are the only squads, I believe, alive here with match points still available.
CLG also under trouble. Checking in here with
struggle. Oh my gosh, no. Hal is the only one left alone.
And this is not the first time we've seen this. It's 1 player alive. It's Hal for TSM, and now we also have Karanpei and Selly for Wyvern. So neither of our match point teams with a full squad at this point. Zip goes down.
Wonder if an Imperial Hal can do what Kazanya couldn't. Survive and actually find a way to be able to clutch it out. He's on that Wraith. He may have an opportunity, but first he's got to deal with Wyvern. Our best postured team now here with 5 squads remaining with match point. VP, though, without match point, have the high ground, so much gear, and more importantly, all 3 members, Bravo.
They do, and they're also at 14th with 24 points. So this is a very similar situation to what we saw with Gambit last game. They have some of the highest stakes in this match, but not quite, because TSM and Wyvern are still in this with their partial squads. It's going to be Karampay popping a bat to get that full shield back.
Circle's closing in. A lot of death's going to happen here as already Wyvern do have a defensive stance. Find themselves at least 1 shot there.
Does not need to go for that finish.
They need to dodge all damage that they possibly can. Just survive, get everybody distracted. They get flanked from up above, though. Selly ends up dropping low. Karampay already not. Selly ends up surviving, hits the hip fire there with that sniper. Swaps on the armor. Will he be able to keep him alive? Finds another. Trade back there with the alternator.
Look at Selly from the low ground, putting shots in. One of the most mechanically talented players in the game. And look at Hal.
They don't know he's there. Hal has not been revealed, but no Wyvern. That's Wyvern's knock. They know that he's there. Is that is going to get the reveal. Imperial Hal, the last man maybe standing. Wyvern trying to do the best in this possible 1 versus 1.
Let's see if Hal can win this game for him. Hits it on the Gamer's Origin player. Goes for the armor swap.
He got the swap. He got an extra armor, but can he get the kill on the Wyvern? 1 more hit. He gets it there. That's going to be Game's Origin. Wyvern should still be alive. He gets another swap here. Imperial Hal.
3 squads left. Look at this. And it's VP as the last team alive. Now should be a 1v1.
2 people left. Hal versus
Selly versus Hal for the win.
Who can win it? Hal. Oh my gosh.
Take a look here. Peacekeeper's out. 99 as well. Goes for the swap. He gets a partial swap. Trying to turn around the corner. Where is Selly? Selly's already up top, presumably, based on what we've seen so far.
Who's going to be able to heal up? We
Goes
don't
for
know.
another swap. Doesn't happen. Now healing up. No,
it actually goes down. It's not going to be Selly. It's just going to be Game's Origin. So Tal can win this game. Hal has the opportunity to be a champion here for TSM.
Hal with the opportunity to close in this 1v1.
Enemy taken out.
Where is he? You can hear the steps.
Opportunity to heal. Has to cancel the heal. Now takes a look. Pop shots here. Good shots with that ult.
He might have gotten the break. He does have a Q. Keep in mind to be able to dodge some of these shots. He feigns the high ground. Great play here from Hal.
Peacekeeper out. Those 99 shots hit, but potential healing happening up top. No. Peacekeeper doesn't hit. He's good for the jump.
Way high risk there. 1 hit is all it's going to take here. He gets another swap.
No. There's nothing. Empty swap.
Making it.
Has to heal.
Eyes are open though.
Q is available.
Has to cancel again. Does get the sell off. Gets a second sell off potentially.
No way.
Now Peacekeeper's still out. Let's see.
10 seconds left.
Like you said, still has the Q thermite as well.
He has the advantage as long as he can get a big portal opportunity. Possibly.
Also going to try to force that ring. No, he goes down. Hal unable to close it out for TSM. And the finals will continue.
Game's Origin, not to take away from what we got from them. Very good performance coming through, but still a long way until they meet themselves at our 50-point threshold. That victory will put them amongst the ranks of the names like that of TSM.
And in about 10 seconds, things are going to start to get really thin. And TSM still fighting here from low ground to wetlands.
Abralele, the only with purple armor. He might want to look for a zip up at the... Oh, not up to the dish, just out of the zone here. Thermite prepping MVP to be shieldless, but it looks like they have enough to be able to shield up. 10 squads now left remaining. They find themselves 1.
Let's see if MVP can do it. Just Raz and Mondo left. Peeking a bit. Has to pop the cell. It's only Raz left now. Look at this. Hal goes down.
Abralele's alive though. Rep's doing his best there with the flatline. Swaps over to the 301. Keep in mind he's got 25-31 in total when it comes to the ammunition. Ends up taking the zip, now putting him out of position. Questioning, is Imperial Hal going to get res? It seems like Abralele turns back for that. Alka from the high ground, the ones threatening him.
And look at MVP, they're back in it. All 3 players back up.
Third impact, the one sitting inside this house. Questioning if they can move up, maybe deal with MVP in the positioning that they have.
0-0. Has moved a bit, as you see, he's relocated. No longer in the wooded area, but now shots coming on Huskers. Only player alive for Rogue, and he is in a tough spot. He will go down. Rogue will be out. 8 squads left.
MVP, though they are here, looking good, posturing up very, very well. They're again not at match point, have no opportunity to become a champion here quite yet. success in this game is likely enough to put them above that, but TSM, a team who is in that position, Armor looking good, defending this low ground. You can tell that they knew this circle was going to be here, and they were prepped and ready to deal with this endgame. TSM looks like they're ready to win this preseason invitational, but who can deny them? Gamer Origin also looking good if they can make a transition in.
Let's see exactly what I wasn't sure if those Arc Stars might have gone down to that position that TSM does have.
Gambit as well.
Desperately trying to stay alive here, and it's not looking good for them. Can Artico stay alive on the Wasanel? No. Gambit will go down as well. Think of 3 squads left here.
Yeah, but TSM is one of the ones alive, and they are almost at the win condition. They got to find the other 2 targets to be able to rid of them. Reps will be able to heal up. They do have that low ground, and the movement has to happen in 1:17. You see MVP now trying to take this fight. That's going to be an opportunity for TSM, the third party here. We'll question whether or not they do that is both sitting above both that of TSM.
MVP not on match point here. TSM, of course, on match point. We've known that for a long time. We'll find out exactly who this third squad is as well. Still should be G2, I believe.
It's Gamers Origin. So we do have 2 teams who have an opportunity to be able to win this. TSM and Gamers Origin. Who will walk away with the victory here, or does MVP push us into game number 12?
Huddled up. Look at that. MP goes down. MVP making the push. Ross has to queue out.
This is an opportunity for TSM.
Let's see here. Now TSM might push in. They get 1 break. They have to pull back. They go down to the low ground again. Going to have to re-shield back up. They pop a bat.
We see Abralele push to that high ground. Already Gamers Origin still without a member, but then Abralele gets punished.
Hal and Reps need to be careful here.
They're reviving too. They're also reviving.
They see the double res, so they think they have enough opportunity. Abralele is back with us.
On me.
Oh, but he's going to go down.
They get dropped on now. It's all to Reps and Hal. Can they stay alive here? They get some shots, but they don't get the knock. Going for the revive again.
The only way to be able to get up to that high ground is Abralele, though. They can't get up to that roof easily here as MVP seems to be denying everybody. Gamers Origin on the backside of the wall, and MVP with all 3 members alive. They're going to cripple TSM. Can somehow Gamers Origin come around this corner and actually clean up after that point?
It's such a mind game here with all 3 teams, of course, having the opportunity to third party. Who will engage first? Who will have to move first? Is this going to close in 10 seconds?
Gamers Origin or TSM? Who will be your champions? Portal out here for TSM. 5 seconds and counting. Bravo. Let's do this.
Here we go. This could be it. 2 teams on match point here. MVP pushing in. Can they get this first knock? Doesn't come in. Ross has to stay alive. Very low HP for the Wraith.
Very early iframe, so that's going to be a big setback there. But MVP is not the one we're worried about. They're just a setback here for TSM. Who is going to do it? TSM are your champions.
It took them a while to get to match point. But in the end, they win back-to-back Apex Legends tournaments. Your X Games winners and your winners of the Apex Legends preseason invitational.
One of the most respected teams in the Apex Legends community, and understandably so. Every time they are put to a test, they rise to the top of the occasion. They do not falter whenever the pressure is on the line. Yes, maybe win condition not available right out the gates for them, but they hold strong, they hold on, and reign true.
TSM do it before midnight with only 16 minutes to spare. It took us 11 games. We talked about TSM being a team that has to prove that they are the best in the world. Have they done it here?
Absolutely. No one can doubt who is your best. No team has done better, whether it be Ones, Imperial Hal, whether it be X Games, that's going to go to them as well. And now with the top 80 teams from all around the world, only TSM sits above them all.
What a tournament for them. What a final here in Krakow, Poland. The preseason invitational has not disappointed in what ended up being a 6-hour, 44-minute final, and an epic one here at the preseason invitational.
And I brought it up a little bit before. Players talking about how experience may be the thing that matters, and maybe nobody more experience here from your champions, and it's none other than TSM.
To break down not only that match, but our finals, we now pass it back over to the studio. John, over to you.
It ain't John. It's actually just me. Hi, guys. How's it going? It has been an unbelievable weekend. We've seen juggernauts fall. We've seen new heroes rise. We've proven that every region of the world has the capability to do what it takes to win. But at the end of the weekend, at the end of a near 7-hour final, there are 3 members that stand atop the mountain, 3 members that can hoist the trophy. It's none other than TSM. I'm going to start with you, Hal, in the middle. It has been an unbelievable journey. You secured the gold medal at the EXP Invitational. You found your footing, but then you struggled. How did you guys change your mentality to stand on this stage?
We started realizing our mistakes, game after game, and we started improving, literally game after game. We started, getting more points, and we just, I don't know, I'm a loss of words. Our start was horrible. I don't even understand how we even came back from what we, started with.
Alberlelli, you had to step up for your team on multiple occasions. There were very seldom times where TSM had a full 3 members alive, yet every time that was the case, you guys walked around with that victory. How was your shot calling with your other 2 teammates able to clutch those situations out?
Our positioning was all on Jordan and Hal. I just called when we should engage on fights, and I don't know, man. I got no words.
Reps, I stood next to you at the X Games in Minneapolis, Minnesota, with your arm around my waist, the same way that you're doing it right now, or hip, waist, whatever you want to call it. You told me when I asked you, what are you going to do over the next month to prepare? And the only thing you told me was, do it the TSM way. You've done it the TSM way. What do you think?
2-time back-to-back.
All right. I don't need any words. You don't need any action. TSM have done it, and they've done it well. Gentlemen, Reps, Imperial Hal, Alberlelli, I now declare you the Apex Legends preseason invitational champion, and that trophy, it's all yours.
Seven North American teams entered, 8 from Western Europe, 3 from Eastern Europe or CIS, and 2 from Asia, but ultimately on top of the mountain remains TSM. 3 letters that mean dominance, personify excellence, and TSM, led by Reps, of course, with Alberlelli and Imperial Hal. On his birthday weekend in Alberlelli, they do it again. Back-to-back champions, TSM.